Hello everyone, welcome to 8th standard second language English. Today let us read the lesson The Boy Who Asked for More, written by Charles Dickens. About the author. Charles Dickens, the greatest Victorian novelist, is known for his attacks on social evils like child labor and institutional cruelty. His most popular works are David Copperfield, A Tale of Two Cities, and Great Expectations. This extract from Oliver Twist tells us how Oliver was forced out of the poorhouse. Oliver was born in the poorhouse of a little country town on a cold, black night in the winter of 1837. The birth was attended by a doctor who was hastily called for the purpose and by an old pauper woman who was experienced in such matters. The mother died almost as soon as the baby took his first breath. She was a young, good-looking woman who had been found lying in the street. It was clear that she had walked some distance before she died. Her shoes had been torn to pieces. Where she had come from or where she had been going, nobody knew. The baby cried loudly. If he could have known that he was now an orphan of a poorhouse, it is likely that he would have cried still louder. They called him Oliver Twist, a name invented by Mr. Bumble, the town beadle, because he could not think of any other. Mr. Bumble had full authority over the people of the poorhouse. He thought himself a very great man indeed. He starved and ill-treated the children under his care. Oliver's ninth birthday found him a pale, thin child who had hardly known a kind word or met with a kindly look. His only friends were his little companions in misery, but in the end they brought him trouble. They persuaded him to ask for more. It happened one evening at supper time. The children were fed in a large stone hall with a big metal basin at one end. The master stood by the basin and served each child with a small bowl of watery gruel. Boys generally have excellent appetites. Oliver and his companions were always hungry and never given enough to eat. That evening, one of the bigger boys stated quite clearly that unless he had an extra bowl of gruel, he would most certainly eat the boy who slept next to him. He had a wild and hungry eye, so the smaller boys believed him. A council was held. Oliver Twist was appointed to walk up to the master after supper and ask for more. The gruel was served out and was quickly swallowed. The boys whispered among themselves and forced Oliver to go. He advanced to the master, bowl in hand, and said in a little frightened voice, "Please, sir, I want some more." The master was a fat, healthy man, but he turned very pale at this. "What?" he said, as if he could not believe his ears. "Please, sir, I want some more." The master aimed a blow at his head, seized him by his arms, and shouted for the beadle. Mr. Bumble rushed into the room in great excitement and was filled with horror when he heard of Oliver's crime. "Asked for more!" he exclaimed. "I never heard of such a thing. Depend on it, this miserable boy will be hung as a punishment for his greed and boldness." Oliver was immediately locked in a room to spend the night alone. Early next morning, a notice was pasted on the outside of the gate offering a reward of £5 to any man or woman who would take Oliver Twist off the hands of the poorhouse. Thank you.